Hey everyone, welcome back to another mock draft. We are 6 days away from April 10th, which is draft night. The last 3 years of doing this have been really fun, and I figured I might as well do it again, even though I'm always so wrong. But I have a fun time doing these, and this draft is a very difficult one to pick and choose, but I'm excited to get into it. With yet again another high pick, I have the Fever selecting Aaliyah Boston here out of South Carolina, of course. Obviously a no-brainer here. She still could have came back to South Carolina with that COVID year, but did declare a few days ago. The Fever haven't made the playoffs since 2016, finally got their first number one pick in franchise history, which came at a perfect time. They'll be able to take her here, one of the best prospects to enter the league in years. 6'5" center is a dominant defensive force around the basket, an elite rebounder, and an efficient scorer in the paint. She has the talent to turn things around for sure in Indiana. Next, I have Haley Jones being taken by the Minnesota Lynx here with the number 2 pick. Already getting very hard. This really could be a few different players here. Jones is a bigger guard who can crash the glass or facilitate in the fast break. She is durable, shoots 43%, or did this year, from the field, and can impact the game on the defensive side. She can contribute right away because of her frame and because of the system that she was able to run at Stanford. She averaged 13 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists a game, which shows she kind of does everything. Her skill set can help the team grow in multiple ways, whether it's rebounding or facilitating. This is already a hard pick. Most mock drafts have Diamond Miller here, and that would be a great move for Minnesota. Judging off past drafts, especially since Minnesota has such a high pick, I have no idea what they'll do here, but Jones has always been one of my favorite players, and I would love her to be on the Lynx here. So if they chose Miller here, totally get it, would love that, but I'm just thinking if I had to pick, I would probably end up choosing Jones here, although her offensive struggles kind of limited her draft stock, but we'll just have to wait and see what the Lynx do. But either way, they'll get a good, solid player. Diamond Miller out of Maryland. I have her being selected here. Of course, this could be Jones or a number of different players. That's just kind of the theme from the number 2 pick to the rest of the draft, just really up in the air. Diamond's a great selection for the Wings or even the Lynx because of her 6'3" frame and her style of play. She is an all-around player who can impact the game instantly. She's arguably the most WNBA ready prospect, a solid defender, and is strong enough to guard multiple positions. Miller is athletic and can get to the rim with ease with that long frame. She finished her senior season averaging 20 points and 7 rebounds. She struggled a bit from three-point range this year after shooting above 30% her first 3 seasons. Similar with what I said about Jones, I could see Miller going 2 and Jones going here. Jones could even possibly fall to the 5 spot. You just never know. Jordan Horston out of Tennessee going here. She could go higher, could fall back. I feel like I'm going to be saying that about every player here. She's a bigger guard who can take advantage of mismatches, shoots a high percentage from the floor, and gets to the rim at will. The Tennessee product can guard multiple positions on defense, and she creates her own shot well. She's very intriguing, a very athletic guard that has a fluid offensive ability. Those types of players seem to translate the best, so I would imagine she'll be a top 5 pick. Maddie Siegrist getting taken by the Dallas Wings here with the 5 pick. She's another high-volume scorer with a beautiful mid-range game and does an excellent job of moving without the basketball. She's a player who can play high-low and can stretch the floor. She can contribute right away to a Wings team that is on the verge of taking that next step as a franchise. She led the nation in scoring this year. There are some questions about her defense, but given how much her offensive game has improved, it stands to reason that she can be coached to be passionate on the defensive end as well. And her offensive ability would be a huge boost for the Wings. Nonetheless, I would take her in a heartbeat if she's available here. Zia Cook out of South Carolina, taken by Atlanta here. She's a fierce competitor and has been raising her draft stock these last 2 seasons. She can come in and contribute right away in a reserve role and learn under the veterans on the team. She can score from all 3 levels of the floor and is an efficient scorer for the most part. She can get her teammates involved and can impact the game with or without the ball in her hand. She will be able to help Atlanta spread the floor, and she can help them get into offensive sets quicker and take some ball handling pressure off of the Atlanta guards when needed. She'll have a very interesting career. I feel like she has a lot of potential. With the 7th pick, Grace Berger out of Indiana, taken by Indiana. There are plenty of options left with the number 7 pick here, but Berger is a very intriguing player. She's a strong and physical guard who gets after it on both ends of the floor. Drafting Berger will provide this franchise with a reliable defender at the point of attack and a floor general on offense. Indiana needs longevity, and a player that they can develop. This might be a little high, but I feel strongly in her ability to develop well as a player, and that can play three positions, and I'm sure Indiana has had plenty of opportunity watching her. She played for the in-state Hoosiers. Charisma Osborne out of UCLA, taken by Atlanta here with the 8th pick. Osborne is a decent, good three-point shooter. She struggled her senior year shooting 29%, but her career average is around 32%, and her calling card is on the defensive end. Osborne will be a young piece that the team can insert right away and develop over time. Osborne is a great pickup for a team that will need to find a generational guard who can command the respect of her peers. This season, she recorded a stat line of 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. A great player that I could see dropping because of her smaller size, but a true scorer at all three levels and a great defender. With the 9th pick, Seattle taking Brie Beal here. I could see her dropping in the second round, but she really anchored this South Carolina's defense. It is one of the best we've ever seen. She also improved her three-point shooting ability, which is a very good sign to see. She's just got great height as a guard and, again, defends well. With the 10th pick, I have the LA Sparks taking Lou Lopez-Seneschal out of UConn. She's a strong forward/guard who can make her presence felt from the post, mid-range, and from three. She averaged 16 points this year, shot 47% from the floor, and 40% from three. Lopez-Seneschal will add more efficiency for this young team. She may not be the most athletic player, but she is a pure shooter and scores at all three levels very well. Another Dallas Wings pick, I have them taking Steph Soares at Iowa State. She's perhaps the trickiest prospect to project, both in terms of where she'll be picked and her chances of succeeding at the next level. She was off to a strong start at Iowa State, but tore her ACL in January. She entered the draft as an interesting prospect who has the size and skills to potentially be a rim-protecting, three-point shooting big. A lot of potential, but her lack of play at Iowa State due to that injury kind of just has that overall potential up in the air. Some mock drafts have her really high. Some do have her dropping, so very interested to see where she'll end up. With the final first-round pick, I have the Lynx taking Taylor Mikesell here. Mikesell would be a great addition because of her grit, leadership, and ability to impact the game without scoring the ball. She can also score too. She averaged 17 points this year and shot 40% from three. She's a physical guard and impacts the game on the glass and goes after loose balls. Even at the 12 spot, there are many quality players available here, but with Minnesota needing that elite shooter, I would love to take her here at the 12 spot. And then, of course, we have the honorable mentions or other players I could definitely see getting taken in that first round. Ashley Jones, Dorka Juhas, Maddie Williams, Taylor Robertson, Letitia Meeher, Alexis Morris, and Abby Myers. Taylor Robertson has been one of, if not the best, three-point shooter these last few years in college basketball. Definitely a player a lot of teams have their eye on. Her teammate, Maddie Williams at Oklahoma, is a very athletic guard that also scores at all three levels. Very intriguing player. Ashley Jones, a player a lot of mock drafts have going in that first round. A great scoring player. I just don't know if she has that athletic ability to last in the WNBA, which a lot of players face. Dorka Juhas, a tall, talented post player to UConn that has an inside-out game and can shoot the three. Alexis Morris had a great season with the champions LSU. Reminds me a lot of Destiny Henderson, a small, very tough guard. Abby Myers out of Maryland, one of my most underrated players in college basketball. Great scorer, great all-around player. I have a feeling wherever she'll go, she has a good chance of making a roster, and I just feel like she'll have a great W career. That does it. Thank you all for watching. Last year, I got a lot of views. I was really excited to do this again. It's a little shorter than normal, but it just helps with the uploading process and whatnot. The draft is Monday, April 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Make sure to tune in. We'll see how accurate I was. Probably won't be at all, but that's what you got to love about draft day. You really just never know. Again, thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, and yes, enjoy the draft. 6 days away. Probably 5 by the time this video is posted.